Every era has its challenges and its crises, and in every era, people are called upon to rise to those challenges, face those crises, even to the extent of putting their own lives at risk in service to others. The history of the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station is a record of the challenges and crises of the last 50 years. Born out of World War II as the U.S. Naval Air Station in Niagara Falls, the installation became home to the 107th Fighter Interceptor Group, assigned to the New York Air National Guard. Over the next 3 decades, the men and women of the various groups and wings assigned to the base will be called upon to duty all over the world: Korea, Vietnam, Central America, the Middle East, Africa, Bosnia, Haiti. Anywhere troops, equipment, supplies, humanitarian aid, and projection of power were needed. The list of citations and decorations given to the various components located at the base is extensive, but it is the long-standing dedication of the military personnel, the reservists, and the civilian staff who support them that deserves merit. Today, home to the 914th Airlift Wing, the 107th Air Refueling Wing, the Army 865th Combat Support Hospital, and the 277th Quartermaster Corps, the Niagara Falls International Airport continues to be ready to face the imposing challenges of our turbulent world. These units continue to be prepared, trained, and ready to step into the line of fire in response to crises abroad in troubled lands and here at home.
I've always been impressed with Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station. I have felt for a long time that Niagara Falls is a outstanding template for total force contribution to our national security. Their participation in ongoing operations underscores that, whether it be homeland defense or the global war on terrorism. As we look to our total force in the future, we must make it as easy as possible for our outstanding men and women to serve. And Niagara Falls' unique geographical position that allows access to 60% of the U.S. population, as well as its proximity to Canada for joint and combined arms training, is a significant factor in my mind.
The Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station is home to a number of units representing all branches of the armed services. The host unit is the 914th Airlift Wing, a component of the Air Force Reserve. The 914th operates and flies 8 C-130H-3 Hercules transport aircraft with over 1,500 full-time and part-time personnel, modern facilities, first-class training, and the experience necessary to airlift people, equipment, and humanitarian aid quickly and securely to any place in the world in support of U.S. Aerospace Expeditionary Forces. A major partner of the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station is the Air National Guard's 107th Air Refueling Wing, with its 9 KC-135R tankers. With a combined full-time and part-time staff of over 800, the 107th supports the Northeast Tanker Task Force and all cross-Atlantic aircraft missions to Europe and Southwest Asia from its strategic location in upstate New York. Another major component of the military presence at the Niagara Falls International Airport is the 865th Army Combat Support Hospital, with its full-time and part-time staff of over 300, along with members of the 277th Army Quartermaster Corps, bringing the total military personnel to over 3,000 employed. One of the most outstanding features of the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station is the ability to effectively support joint operations, both between the 107th and the 914th in airlift and refueling capabilities, but also with other units in training and peacetime missions, such as the U.S. Army 10th Mountain Division, Operation Noble Eagle, and Operations Restore Hope and Northern Watch. The 914th has also secured a leading role in night vision operations and Special Forces mission support, and is the first unit to be redeployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom due to night vision qualification and their expertise in special operations night missions.
We have the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, the Army, the Coast Guard, okay? So when we talk joint, we're talking more than one service. It's all there.
The Niagara Falls Air Force Reserve Station has the people, facilities, and infrastructure to meet and surpass the increasing demands made upon it. There have been over $150 million in facilities upgrades, and several more construction projects are planned for the near future. With a hardened and extended 9,825-foot runway, fully loaded KC-135Rs can embark on refueling missions with increased effectiveness. Coupled with a 900,000-gallon POL storage capacity on base, this ensures sustained support of mobility operations. The Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station also has the space to expand and assume additional missions with reduced electricity and operational costs, and the capacity to permanently station 9 additional aircraft or temporarily house 20 aircraft without additional infrastructure investment. Niagara is a logical location for growth. In addition to its modern facilities, the geographic location of the base is ideal for realistic, low-level night training, including 2 drop zones on base, the only C-130 Air Reserve with that capability. The unencumbered airspace in the region allows for a high mission execution rate. No mission has been delayed or deferred due to airspace issues. Additionally, the weather patterns at the base are more conducive to effective mission requirements than other task force bases. Another geographic plus for the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Base is the community in which it's located. The source of highly motivated, well-educated, and diverse personnel. As full-time military, reservists, and civilian employees, the Western New York area is proud to have this installation, an important part of our national defense in their community. 75% of the members of the 914th and 107th live within a 50-mile radius of the facility.
The Air Base is the second largest employer in Niagara County. Their continued viability is critical to the economic viability of Niagara County. The NFTA and the Air Force, we actually share the airport, and we share the airfield, and we have a continuing joint use agreement for the use of the airport. So they're critical to the success of the airport. We have a number of employees here at the NFTA, some 25 employees that are reservists.
As a small business owner, actually, we're very thankful for the base because they educate the soldiers or the reservists or guardsmen, and they bring those qualities they learn with the military to the employment atmosphere here as well.
The strategic location of the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station makes it crucial in the efforts to provide homeland security, particularly along the Great Lakes, near Canada, and significant border crossings adjacent to the U.S. northern border.
I welcome having military in the community, associating with our teachers and the rest of our youth and population. I welcome the fact that they already have specialized training in areas that provides a tremendous benefit to the city. I have a number of our public safety personnel, our fire department personnel, and police department personnel who are members of the 107th and the 914th and are integral portions of both units. They have a great leadership factor, great responsibility toward the community, a personal responsibility and a commitment outside of their jobs, and I think that's something that's just an advantage of having the military background as well as being part right in our community, and we recognize them and know their importance.
Every era has its challenges and its crises. And in every era, men and women are called upon to rise to those challenges, face any crisis, even to the extent of putting their own lives at risk in service to others. So it is with the citizen airmen and soldiers of the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station, dedicated to serving their community, their country, now and in the future.
They are part of our community. They are the community, and without the reserve base, I think we're a different community. We're a different people here.
It's doing the job. It's providing trained, ready airmen and soldiers and Marines for this country to defend this country's needs.
As a country, as a nation, and as even internationally as far as our representation, Niagara Falls and its assets are very important.
Its facilities, its units, its location, and its people. That's what makes it best value for our nation.